Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. So I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days, and shout out to New York Revival. They had a great interview with Tiki Barber, and he brought this up too. And this is something that I'm sure most people are thinking. Is Daniel Jones, does he really have an opportunity? Like, the whole point of drafting a quarterback, this is team building 101. When you're drafting a quarterback, what you're trying to do is get somebody who you can win a Super Bowl with while he's on his rookie contract, while he's making no money. Because let's think about how many quarterbacks have gotten paid, gotten the big bucks, and then have taken their team to winning a Super Bowl. That number is very small. Eli Manning did it. Ben Roethlisberger did it with the great team. I mean, they just drafted flawlessly around him. Tom Brady, of course, is a unicorn, and he took pay cut after pay cut. He never got paid, what he really deserved to be paid. After that, I can't really think of many quarterbacks who have gotten paid and have, gotten that Super Bowl. Let's see if is Aaron Rodgers done that. I know Peyton Manning's gone to a couple, but it's only the elite of the elite that end up in Super Bowls deep into their careers. Russell Wilson hasn't been in a Super Bowl since his rookie contract. Daniel Jones is going into year 4. I'm willing to put a lot of money right now on the fact that the Giants probably aren't going to make the playoffs this year and probably are not a Super Bowl contender this year. So that means that you're looking at Daniel Jones to take this team to being a contender. That's probably what you're looking for. You're probably looking for him to take this team to being a team that's going to fight to get into the playoffs. A team that's going to win 8, 9 games. Hopefully you're expecting that. And then if everything goes well, next year will be the time that you would expect them to make the playoffs. Not even win a Super Bowl or go to a Super Bowl. So at that point, he's in his 5th year. He's got his 5th year option. You're paying him 20 something million. I don't know what the 5th year option is. If that happens, you're looking at a situation where Daniel Jones is making big money and he's just only made the playoffs in his last year under contract, and you have a decision that you have to make. Are you going to pay this dude 30, 40 million dollars? Or are you just going to cut ties with the guy who could be ascending at that point, whose career, whose first couple of years you wasted, and hope that he can continue to be, hope that he can continue to get better? So in my mind, his time is already up. Sadly, whether he's good or not, his time is up because I just can't see them justifying paying this guy, 30, 40 million dollars when he's only done it for maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years. And then even if he does end up being that guy, I think we can all agree that Daniel Jones isn't a top 5 quarterback or isn't someone that's on that doesn't have that type of potential. So if you're not thinking that he's going to be one of the elite, it's kind of tough to be in a situation where you're going to pay this dude because you're pretty much guaranteed, the way history looks, that you're probably not going to win a Super Bowl. Is Daniel Jones getting an actual chance in this situation? I just don't think it's possible for him to get an actual chance unless we're just going to pay him and just pretty much accept the fact that we're paying a middling quarterback or maybe a top 15 quarterback. Do you really think that Derek Carr is going to make a Super Bowl? I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, but I don't think he's going to win a Super Bowl. And he's going against Mahomes. He's going against Herbert. He's going against Russell Wilson now. The AFC is completely stacked. They're going to have Deshaun Watson. They got teams all over the place that are ridiculous. The Bengals, the whole AFC North is ridiculous. So maybe you're banking on the NFC being weak and Daniel Jones, continuing to ascend. But again, what has he shown you so far that he's a winner? We haven't seen him in any big games, but maybe one against Dallas that 1 year where we won 6 games the whole year. And if Evan Ingram catches the ball, we win 7 games. So we have not seen him in a huge make or break type of game in the playoffs. So we don't even know if he's a guy who gets to the playoffs and freezes up. We don't know anything about that. So how can we guarantee that he's going to get a fair shake here when even if he's a guy who's, really, really good quarterback, a guy who's going to get you what 35-7 every year, even if it's, even if he's that kind of guy, he's only got 1 or 2 years to prove it. I haven't seen his option be picked up yet. So it's looking like he has 1 year to prove it. If he does prove it, if he does go out there and have a 35-7 kind of year, which is what we pretty much thought he may be able to have after his rookie year if he continued to ascend. But if he does have that kind of a year, guess what? They're still not going to pay him because you're not going to pay a 1 year wonder $30-40 million after 1 year. So he's going to get franchise tagged. And if he does it again, then maybe you pay him. But then you have to think, does he win in the playoffs? Does he pick the team up when he needs to? Are those just empty stats? Because the guy would have had 30 touchdowns and we would have probably won like 5 or 6 games his rookie year if we started the whole year. So these are just things to think about. I had this on my mind. I just don't think it's completely, I just don't think there's any way he's going to get a fair shot. I just don't see it. So Daboll is coming in here. He's going to get Kenny Golladay going. I believe he's going to get Kadarius Toney going. Probably will get Sterling Shepard going if he can stay healthy. Knock on wood. If he can stay healthy, he'll probably get him going. We'll probably take another couple receivers or, receivers mixed with tight ends. You got Darius Slayton there. I think we got a lot of weapons there. I think the only way that Daniel Jones can have any shot at doing anything is he has to have, he has to blow people away with the type of season that he has. He has to be not necessarily Josh Allen, but 70 to 80% of what Josh Allen was. He's going to have to make highlight plays. He's going to have to put the team on his back and win multiple clutch games. He's going to have the stats as well. He's going to have to limit the fumbles. He's going to have to be more aware and not make boneheaded decisions in the clutch. It's not really going to be fair to him, but he pretty much has to be close to flawless. They're going to have to push the ball down the field a bunch. They're going to have to pretty much rewrite every single wrong that he's done because you can't sell that to the fans to extend him after this year. Even after a really good year, he has to be looking like someone who's on the outside of the MVP race for him to get an actual shot. I just don't see a situation where he can have this one good year, which, I mean, let's be honest, he had a good year for a rookie, but with all those turnovers and fumbles, you can't really call that a good year. So I'm just thinking it has to be mixed with stats, with winning, with intangibles, and then you can justify that. So you guys let me know what you're thinking of Daniel Jones. I think that he's already on his way out no matter how well he plays. If he's Ryan Tannehill, if he's Derek Carr, if he's one of those guys, it's not fair to him. He's not going to get a shot here. Hopefully he gets a shot somewhere else. I think the same kind of things happen with Baker Mayfield. Just wrong place, wrong time. Too many coaches for Baker Mayfield since he's been in the league. Too many coaches for Daniel Jones. So unless this guy really takes that huge jump, I'm thinking that this year is going to be his last year. Again, unless he can take that superstar level leap. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.